Alright, it's time of the year that we review the top 10 jobs with high growing demand in Malaysia for year 2024. Yes, AI is the rock star, but what are the other jobs available? Let's jump into it right now. Number 1, Prom Engineer. Prom Engineer is the new role in the AI era and is one of the hottest roles. Based on a survey conducted by Woodyard, a prompt engineer is the most hired position with more than 7,000 opening last year. In some cases, I have seen companies pay $300,000 US just to hire a prompt engineer. And your job as a prompt engineer is, well, to write prompts. Either a questions or a set of instructions that will guide the AI to give the best answers to our requests. And you don't need to have a technical background to work as a prompt engineer, but you do need to be ready to work with data scientists and machine learning engineers to build AI applications together. You also need to have good business sense so that you can develop use cases for your own industry. For instance, how to give the right prompts in the fashion industry to design new t-shirts, or use it in the printing industry to design name cards automatically using AI. Number 2, AI engineers. AI engineers are the wizards behind the tech magic we are seeing every day, from ChatGPT, DALL-E, Midjourney, to the most recent Sora AI and Gemini. AI engineers' core skills are to build models using algorithms, machine learning, and neural networks. They make sure these models are accurate and efficient, and then they'll put these models into existing systems and applications. Do you still remember ChatGPT when it was first launched? It was like a baby. It can answer simple questions, write some not so funny jokes, and it made a lot of mistakes. And it can't even do simple maths. And the first version of Midjourney, it creates pictures with crooked eyes and 6 fingers. And guess what? Today, they have all grown up. ChatGPT now is able to analyze data, create photos, and summarize annual reports for listed companies. And Midjourney are able to draw pictures that's comparable to most of the digital arts. The kids have grown up, and thanks to AI engineers. So, if you want to become an AI engineer, always be ready to learn, stay updated, and keep pushing the boundary. Number 3, cybersecurity specialist. A cybersecurity specialist is like a security guard, but instead of patrolling around the buildings, they scan our computers and networks for digital threats like hacking, viruses, and data breaches. Cybersecurity specialist is even more crucial in today's business environment because everything that we use is on the computers, connected to the internet, and most of the time we store them on the cloud. We need cybersecurity experts to help us to make sure that only the right people can log on to our networks, and only those who have the right access are allowed to touch the files or see the data. Okay, I know, sometimes they can be annoying as they need to keep reminding you to update your software, block your access to some of the websites, and remind you to change your passwords every 30 days. But that's not their only job. The key skills of cybersecurity specialists is to stay ahead of the hackers. They need to be always updated in order to prevent hackers from attacking our network. I can say that cybersecurity specialist is a high-risk, high-reward job, and therefore is always in demand in Malaysia. Number 4, software engineers. Software engineers and developers are the few jobs that AI might not replace anytime soon. Why is that so? Because software engineers' jobs is not just about coding. Their main job is to understand what the users want and turn those requirements into a piece of functional software. But empathy and communication skills are what AI is unable to do, well, at least for now. Also, we need software engineers to write APIs, a common language that AI services use to speak to each other. And that's actually how we automate and reduce humans' work. Software engineers are also architects who design scalable applications and bring machine learning models to the application. So in short, software engineers are not just coders. They are actually problem solvers and communicators. And most importantly, they are the builders who shape the path of how we interact with technologies in the future. Number 5, data scientists. Data scientists has always been on the top 10 growing job list in the past few years. But why? Because we are in the world where we generate data every day. And that's why we need data scientists to help us to keep those growing data. Today, hiring data scientists is no longer a luxury that's limited to big companies like Grab, Netflix, or Shopee. Even SMEs and startups, they are keen to hire data scientists to help them to make sense of the data, understand their customers, and use those insights to streamline their operations. And most importantly, they want to be able to predict what is going to happen in the future. At its core, a data scientist's job remains the same. They extract actionable insights from business data, and then they translate these insights into business decisions that can increase revenue, reduce costs, and keep our business competitive. But thanks to AI, the role of a data scientist is also evolving. Data scientists no longer just about collecting data, cleaning data, and building models. They always have to make sure that their models is AI ready. Meaning, we now can expect the model to self-learn and become smarter whenever there are new data coming in. Number 6, data engineers. Many companies now start to feel the pain of not having a centralized database. They are unable to get a big picture of how the company is running, since they usually look at information pieces from data silos sitting in a single system. And this is where companies need data engineers. A data engineer will help to design a centralized data storage, set up data pipelines, and make sure that we collect and keep good data. And not just that, data engineers also know how we can store free-form data like text and images so that we can use them for big data analytics later. Data engineers should also have good knowledge in cloud computing platforms like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. So, for those of you who are already in technical positions like network engineers, data admin, transitioning into a data engineering job could be an excellent career move in the AI and big data era. Number 7, IoT Automation Engineers. Since late 2022, I have been receiving many project requests that involve hardware, like smart warehouses, agriculture sensor networks, CCTVs, etc. Now, this signals a growing need for IoT solutions and IoT automation engineers. So what does an IoT automation engineer do? Their job is to design, program, and integrate sensors together into an environment and make sure that there is a smooth communication between these devices. And IoT engineers, their knowledge is not just limited to technologies. They also need to be savvy in scalability and security, because we always install IoT devices in remote areas, leave it run 24/7 and without any human supervision. And that's why it's clear that IoT engineer is a key person when we are building a smarter, a more connected world. And I believe that the demand for IoT engineers will continue to grow, especially in sectors like Industry Revolution 4.0, smart homes, and healthcare. Basically, anywhere that you can see a lot of devices and sensors. Number 8, Fintech Specialist. Alright, let's talk money. Fintech specialists are here to help us to revolutionize the way that we use money. They are experts in both finance and technologies, and they know how to combine these two areas together and make them work. The main job of a fintech specialist is to make banking and investing easier for us, so that we can easily make money, spend money, invest our money, and monitor where our money goes. If you wonder whether fintech is a real thing or just another buzzword or another type of hype, you can look at companies like Touch and Go, AirAsia, Grab, and Petronas. What is common among them? They all started in traditional fields like transportation, oil and gas, but now they all expand their business into fintech. So, in order for the companies to stay ahead in this exciting field, they will need fintech specialists to help them to keep up to date with the latest development. For example, trends in digital payments, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and how practical it is to bring these technologies to our financial services. No doubt, this job is in demand as every country is actively moving financial services for the digital age. Number 9, BI developers. BI developers is becoming more and more important in the world of business analytics. Big companies like Petron, British American Tobacco, and those supply chain management companies are actively hiring BI developers. Why is that so? Isn't that BI developers just about drawing charts and making dashboards? Actually, that's a misconception. They do a lot more than that. BI developers need to make data interesting and easy to understand by telling good data stories through different visualizations. BI developers also need to be good with two core technologies. Number one, SQL. This will help them to pull data from different data sources. Number two, business intelligence tools like Power BI or Tableau to make use of different types of dashboards for business users to find answers. In short, BI developers are someone who can help a business to make right decisions from a bunch of hardcore data, and that's why they are in demand. Number 10, digital strategies. Digital strategies might be a job that you have not heard much about, but the demand is picking up. It's like an advanced version of digital marketers, and some companies even call it digital marketing strategies. Their main job is to work with businesses and help them to think digital first. This means they have to figure out how to use online stuff like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts to get the company message out there, build a brand, and engage with their potential customers. So they need to come up with plans with many different ideas, and then they use data to validate which of those ideas are creative, interesting, and engaging. Their job is to find cool ways to talk to the people that the company really want to reach and using different types of digital tools out there. And they will have to make plans that will cover everything. What the company wants to say, how are they going to say it, and how to use those online channels to make the company look great. Alright guys, that's the top 10 fast growing jobs in Malaysia for year 2024. I hope it gives you a clear idea on where the trend is going. The salary listed here are not for junior positions. It's usually for mid-career type, like 2 to 3 years into the position. And it's not for senior or anybody involved in the management role. The data that we gathered here are from multiple sources that are listed in the description, and also with my observations and the job requests posted by our own students or our business partners. There are also jobs that have high demand, like nurse practitioner, customer service officers, etc. This job didn't make it to my list because they're always in demand. What I'm focusing here are the jobs that have a growing demand. You should also keep an eye on jobs like EV technicians, ESG consultants. These jobs also have a clear trend that is growing fast. It's just that they are not as fast as the jobs that I have listed here. Thank you for watching. Now, if you have any questions related to the jobs above, feel free to leave your comment below and I will do my best to answer them. See you in the next video.